Now then guys, how you doing? I'm Craig and thank you for joining me again. Today we are going to go with the Trequartista. We're going to see what that position is all about. And as usual, I will use three teams. As you can see, we're going with Manchester City, Porto and Roma. I'm expecting big things out of this tactic. Obviously, I'm using three big teams. Manchester City, the dominant team in the Premier League. Porto in Portugal. And, you know, Jose Mourinho's Roma. Now, obviously, Roma, I'm in charge of this, so anything can go wrong. However, the tactic we are going with is a 4-2-3-1. Now, what is the Trek? So the Trequartista then can operate in an attacker midfield or central forward position. While similar to the advanced playmaker and the aim is to drop into the holes between the opposition's midfield and defence, the Trequartista does far less defensively and simply drifts around looking for space when the team is not in possession. Now what I will say about this can only be used on an attack duty and the team needs to carry him, as it says here. As such, the rest of the team needs to carry him when defending but use him as the main outlet when attacking. So what we need is our most creative players on the ball, and when we're playing with this one, we're basically playing with 10 men. When we're defending, that is, but when we are attacking, we've got that additional man with the Trek, the main creative outlet. So looking at the positions then, we've got Edison in goal, who's a sweeper keeper on attack. The instruction here is to tackle harder. That's an individual instruction that is set in. We then dribble more and take more risks as the preset. We've then got a wing back, in this case is Cancelo. He's got plenty of individual instructions, so to pass it shorter, take more risks, cross on the byline, dribble more, shoot less often, sit narrower, close down more, tackle harder and mark tighter. And then two instructions that are set for that role, which is run wide with the ball and get further forward. And that's the same for Kyle Walker out on the right hand side. We've then got two ball-playing defenders on a cover mentality. So we've got Akanji and Diaz. The instructions has got two individual instructions, which is to pass it shorter, close down less, and one preset instruction, which is to take more risks. We've then got a central midfielder on support, which is Rodri. Vanilla there, absolutely nothing to go with it. And then we've got a deep line playmaker, which is De Bruyne on this instance. So he passes it shorter, dribble less, closes down more, tackle harder and mark tighter. He's then got three preset instruction, which is to shoot less often, take more risks and hold position. We then have two inside forwards. Out on the left-hand side, we've got Phil Foden on an attack mentality with one individual instruction, and that is to pass it shorter. He's then got five team instructions, which is to dribble more, cut inside with the ball, take more risks, cross less often, and get further forward. And that's the same for Silva out on the right-hand side. But then comes Jack Grealish as the Trequartista in this one. So his individual instructions is to shoot less often and mark tighter. Defensively in there, you know, mark tighter while he is doing his little bit. He's then got five individual instructions, which is to dribble more, take more risks, move into channels, run from position, and ease off tackles. Then we've got Haaland up front and advance forward on attack. One preset instruction, which is to move into channels. But why Jack Grealish? Now, for me, I think Bernardo Silva's probably the better option in the middle. When we look at him tactically, drop him into the middle and highlight those positions for the Trek on attack. And as you can see, those highlighted attributes, we've got dribbling 17, first touch 17, passing 17, technique 18, vision 17, you know, that composure of 16, anticipation 16. The attribute reflects the player's ability to predict and react to events going on around them. That's the big thing. We've also got 16 balance, that natural fitness 17. Obviously, this guy is a world-class player, so naturally his attributes are going to be higher. But we have got Bernardo Silva who can play up there. We could play Phil Foden if we really wanted to, or Grealish. But yeah, we'll see how Silva gets on at the back end of the season. So looking at the tactical style, then we're going to play a tick attacker on an attacking mentality. That's the big thing. We're going to be an entertainer. And in possession, our attacking width is going to be fairly wide. Our approach play, we're going to pass out from defence and then go out, overlapping left and right and work the ball into the box. Our passing directness is shorter, our tempo is slightly higher, and we like to run at the defence. In transition, when possession has been lost, we counter press. When possession has been won, we counter. We distribute to the flanks and we throw it long. And then out of possession, we have a high line of engagement and a higher defensive line. We trigger the press more often, not all the time. We prevent short goalkeeping distribution. We get stuck in. We trap inside and we try to stop crosses coming into the box. So that is how we're going to play an attacking 4-2-3-1 with the Trequartista. Let's have a look at the designated players in the other two teams. So for Porto then, we're going to use a 29-year-old Iranian Mehdi Taremi. Now this guy is made for this position. However, obviously, his attributes aren't as high as Bernardo Silva. But this guy can still do the business at dribbling 15, 14 finishing, first touch 15, vision 16, at anticipation, like I say, 16, decision making 16 as well. So we'll keep an eye on Taremi for Porto. And then for Roma, we're going with Paulo Dybala. This guy again, absolutely incredible. I think I used him for this position last season. Actually, I tell a lie. When I did this last season, I used João Felix from Atletico Madrid. However, we're going with Dybala this time round. And again, you know, attributes. This guy is world class, 28-year-old. Be interesting to see how he gets on. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward to the end of the season, where hopefully all three teams have won the league. It will be a big shout for Roma to win the Serie A, but you never know. Let's see what the tactic can do. So coming right in there, Manchester City, unbeaten and invincible season in the Premier League. As you play 38 times, win 33, 5 draws, 0 defeats, 89 goals scored, 19 conceded, 70 plus goal difference and 104 points on the board. We tore it up in the Premier League. Liverpool 5 points behind, who you've got to feel hard done to. 99 points and still not winning the league. So how did Bernardo Silva get on then? So he played 37 times in the league, 16 goals, 22 goals in 56 appearances in all competitions. You know, that's the best season he's ever had. And he had 15 assists, 9 player of the match performances. So fair to say, this guy tore it up. So looking at the attacking midfielders then, look at that, you know, assists per 90 minutes, 0.45. The expected assists per 90 minutes, 0.32 against 0.19. And those goals per 90 minutes, 0.48 goals per game against 0.31. Yeah, very good from Bernardo Silva. Obviously helping Manchester City on the way to an invincible season. Then Porto also finished the season invincible. Can Roma do it? Can we have a clean sweep? So 34 games played, 28 wins, 6 draws, 0 defeats, 77 goals scored, 20 conceded, plus 57 goal difference, 90 points on the board, 15 points clear of Benfica. And then Mehdi Taremi done so well, we actually sold him to PSG. Now I've obviously allowed my assistant manager to sell players while I've been simulating forward. Now you can see he had an absolutely fantastic 6 months for us, 10 goals in 14 starts for Taremi. But unfortunately, Roma didn't win the league and also they lost 6 times, so they weren't invincible. With 38 games played, 22 wins, 10 draws, 6 defeats, 45 goals scored, 18 conceded. What I will say defensively, this tactic, considering we were going attacking, has been absolutely incredible. There's something not quite right with that. However, it has worked out for us. Plus 27 goal difference, 76 points on the board. Second place for Roma, beating the likes of Juventus and AC Milan. I'll take that. Second place, very happy with. But Dybala had a quiet season with only 5 goals scored in 35 appearances in the league, 9 in 49 overall. So yeah, quite a quiet season, given, you know, he scored 10 goals the season before, 22 for Juventus. So yeah, there you go. Overall though, this has worked a treat. 2 invincible seasons for 2 of our teams and Roma finishing in second place. I think's good going. So yes, give this one a go. It'll be available in the description. Free to download. Why not give it a go and let me know how you get in the comments. So yes, thank you very much. Stay safe and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.